Climate activists staged a protest near one of the melting glaciers in Switzerland's Alps mountains. The activists urged authorities to take action to reduce CO2 emissions, and their protest came one day before the Swiss parliament begins debating new legislation on reducing CO2 emissions. Here's a report.
This is the mighty Trient Glacier, which once spilled into this Swiss valley like a frozen river of ice. The glacier has now receded by more than 1,000 meters over the last 30 years. A comparison of images showing photos of modern-day mountain landscapes next to a 19th century archive picture of the same landscape reveals the dramatic change. More than 500 Swiss glaciers have already vanished. Experts say that 90% of the remaining 1,500 glaciers will also go by the end of the century if nothing is done to cut emissions.
We know that in the past 30 to 40 years, more than 500 glaciers have disappeared or are disappearing. So it's an alarming figure. We know that it will have consequences on the alpine environment and later in the regions around. It's one of the largest sources of fresh water, and it also maintains the climate as it is now.
Recently, more than 200 people walked to the foot of the Trient Glacier to draw attention on the impact of climate change on Switzerland's natural landscape. Over the last few years, its glaciers have lost a massive amount of ice.
The problem we face is that here in the Alps, temperatures have risen by 2 degrees Celsius. And this rise in temperature is visible here at the Trient Glacier, and it means that all of the glaciers in the Alps are melting. The Trient Glacier has receded by 1,000 meters over the past 30 years.
As climate activists mourn the receding glaciers in the Alps, the natives hope that this kind of mobilization will help make the urgency more visible, reminding the people that the environmental disaster is happening now. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.